Hello and welcome to Team Crit Hit. In today's video we are taking a look at a BlackWargreymon deck profile. Before we actually get into the list, here is a message from our sponsors.
Ultimate TCG is a store that stocks everything TCG related. Whether that be Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic or Digimon, you name it, they've got it. Head over to their website and use the code TCHIT505 to get 5% off your order. Have you been looking for your new favourite playmat? Well, Chaosugoi is the place to be. Whether it be customized playmats, memory tokens, or anything else, they have everything you will need to play the game and more. Even better, when checking out, if you use our discount code TEAMCRITHIT, you can also get 5% off your order.
Let's go ahead and take a look at our babies. Straight off the bat, we are running 4 Kapuramon and an additional Kapuramon, but in a different form. Now, slight warning, black is not a deck that I play a lot of, so the names are definitely going to be a difficulty for me. So this baby has the inheritable effect of, during your turn, while this Digimon has reboot, it gains plus 1000 DP. Now we have some forms in the deck that allow us to gain reboot, so this plus 1000 DP power actually comes in really useful. Next we have the other form, which is inheritables during your turn, while this Digimon has a blocker, it gains 1000 DP. Pretty nice, and again, simple ways of gaining 1000 DP, another thing that we do actually have in the deck. Next, taking a look at our rookies, we are running 4 ToyAgumon, and this is one of the main ways that we can actually gain reboot in the deck. So it has the inheritable effect of reboot, which is pretty insane really for a rookie, and it's really, really nice. You want to be going into this for your big stocks. And yeah, it's nice. You want to usually go into this when you've got to do a big stock. Very nice card. Next up we have Agumon. So Black Agumon has the effect of blocker, which is pretty nutty because it's a rookie. So a rookie with blocker, and a card that typically catches your opponent off guard often, because them just not realizing that this has blocker means that they're possibly thinking they have game, they swing towards you, and then obviously you have the blocker sat there and they're like, oh, big stink. Next up we are running Sumarizamon. That was difficult for me to say, but yeah, we're running 3. So this is one of the cards that came from the promotional packs from when you buy a box. I can't remember the name of it particularly. So it has the effect of, during your turn, all of your black Digimon with 13,000 DP or more gain piercing, which is just really, really nice. We are running some cards that have that, meet those requirements, so gaining that piercing can come in really useful to be able to swing into our opponent's rested Digimon. It also has a really nice inheritable effect in the form of, during your turn, while this Digimon is black and has 13,000 DP or more, this Digimon gains 1 security. Really nice because we have, obviously in the deck, ways to swing with multiple things, and we run Blastmon in this deck, so being able to gain an additional security on that as well is pretty darn strong. Next up we have Chuumon. So Chuumon is the memory blocker for this deck, the memory rookie. So it has the effect of, during your turn, your opponent can't gain memory except with tamer effects. Really, really strong right now in the meta against yellow and a little bit against blue as well, completely shutting them down from being able to use those options cards that put them so far ahead at times. Being able to stop your opponent's extension of plays is very, very useful in the game of Digimon, so having something like that on board at all times is necessary usually if you can get to that point. So next up we have some of the 1-cost Digivolve blockers that came out in the trial decks. So this is pretty much identical to the old blockers that we run, apart from the fact that it is now 5,000 DP instead of 6, a 6 on play cost instead of 5, and a Digivolve cost of 1 instead of 2. So it has the effects of blocker, and when this attacks, you lose 2 memory. This is obviously a downside because they don't want you to have Digimon that have blocker and attack too often. Very, very nice and stable card. This being a 1-cost is really nice because it means that you can climb as high as you need to in a single turn at times, which is good. Next up we are running a Greymon. So we're running 4 of this Greymon. Greymon's effects are just really nice. It's a 4-play cost with 4,000 DP. It has a digital cost of 2, which is obviously on the higher side compared to the 1 cost that we do run in the deck as well. But it has a really nice inheritable effect of, during your turn, while this Digimon has Reboot, it gains jamming, which is just really, really nice. So again, if you don't know what jamming is, it means that anything that you run into the security won't be affected by, like, it's like it doesn't have a battle. Really, really nice. Next up, we've got Tankmon. So we're running 4 Tankmons, and we run these for the same reasons that we run the 1-cost blockers, and that it's really nice to be able to climb up into our megas as fast as possible. So Tankmon is just a simple vanilla 1-cost Digivolve cost that a lot of decks are running right now, and it definitely does its part. Next up, we are running MetalGreymon, so we're running 4 of this. So it has some really, really nice effects in the form of Reboot, and it also has the inheritable effect of, while this Digimon has Reboot, it gains security attack +1. So if you actually have the ToyAgumon, you're able to give your megas, and anything higher, of course, because of this, security attack +1, which is really, really strong, because we have some ways to be able to restand our Digimon in this, which can be really, really scary with this deck. Next up, we have one of the SRs from set 4 in the form of Gosmamonte. Gosmamonte is a really, really nice card and a really nice form to give you a little bit of power that you might need at times, because some of the cards in some of the megas in this are only like 11,000 power, and being able to boost them up can be really helpful in this meta. So it has the effects of main Digiburst 1. So you trash 1 card from your stack and put it to the trash, and then 1 of your Digimon gains +2,000 until the end of your opponent's next turn. It also has the inheritable effect of, all turns, this Digimon gains 1,000 DP. Really nice in that inheritable, because you're able to give you Mega plus that power, and can be extremely helpful. Next up, we are running 2 MetalGreymon. So MetalGreymon just has the simple inheritable effect of blocker. Being able to give your megas blocker is very, very useful, especially with some of the ones that we're running in this list, and being able to stop our opponent from being too scary at times. Really, really nice card, and we like it as a tech, as a 2-of, because it can, again, just shock your opponent with that, not knowing that you have blocker. Really, really nice. So here is the main card in the deck. This is BlackWargreymon. So BlackWargreymon is another card that came in the dash packs, and it's nice to see that black and purple and green even are running like the main cards from it, and being able to get some things from that. So it has an 11 play cost with 11,000 DP, a Digivolve cost of 3, and it has the main effect of Digiburst 2, and you can unsuspend this Digimon. That means that you're able to get 3 attacks with this Digimon and just do absolutely bits. Because of some of your inheritable effects, with those actual on-swings, you're actually able to have, so on the first attack you're able to have, for example, you're able to have plus security attack. On the second one, the same again. And then the third one, when you Digiburst the full stack away, you're just swinging by itself a vanilla 11. But at the end of the day, having such, like, that can be 5 security at times, which is terrifying. Definitely watch out for this card, because it sneaks. It's a sneaker. Next up is one of my favorite cards, because it underestimates, because the card altogether just isn't very strong. It looks fantastic and just is cool, and we were joking about it when we first pulled it. It is Blastmon. So Blastmon just has the effects of security attack +1, which sounds fantastic, but it has the extremely huge downside of, when attacking, your opponent may choose one of their unsuspended Digimon. If they do, switch the target of the attack to that Digimon. Now, that obviously is a big downside, because you were like, yeah, I have to swing a Blackmon for game, and then your opponent just goes, you're attacking this rookie instead now, and that just doesn't have as much value as you'd like it to. But in a lot of scenarios, this is still a very nice finisher. You sometimes do want to swing into your opponent's cards, but it's stud, so they have to choose, do I lose 2 security, or do I lose this mega, for example, because you have a 13,000 base, and you're able to kill pretty much most megas with this card. Also, if you have went into Blastmon instead of the BlackWargreymon, you're still going to have all of your stack underneath. So you're going to have all those inheritables, so you could have piercing, blocker, all sorts on a go. Reboot, insanity, blocker and reboot would be really, really strong with your Blastmon, so building a full stack with this can actually be really scary for your opponent. Still a very nice card. So next up we're running a one-off of BlackWargreymon. So BlackWargreymon is actually the starter deck card that came out this set. So this also has the effect of security attack +1 just built in, which is fantastic. A downside of this is it's a 4 Digivolve cost over the 3s that we've seen so far. You definitely need to take that into account when you play this. It has the main Digiburst 2 effect of one of your Digimon gain plus 4,000 DP until the end of your opponent's next turn. This is really nice because you can throw that on a blocker or anything that you're a bit worried might not have as much survivability, and you're able to get that to stick around. We like the one-off. It can really come in clutch. We don't want to run too many Blastmons because it can be bricky at times, and we like the number. Next up is a card that we've talked about a lot, and this is Millenniumon. Millenniumon is super strong in this deck, and it's super strong in every deck really because it's such a fantastic card. So it has the when Digivolving effect of return one of your opponent's Digimon to the bottom of the deck, and you trash all of the Digivolution sources underneath it. It also has a really nice undeletion effect of if this card has sources underneath it, you can actually play it from your trash for free again. So it acts as 2 Digimon in 1. Being able to have at least a 13k booter just absolutely harassing your opponent is terrifying, especially in this deck when you have some really nice inheritable effects. Being able to throw all sorts onto this and just keep going, and then you've got this card where your opponent has to put so many resources in to be able to get rid of it, but then you just go, okay, well it comes back, yes it's a vanilla, but it's still swinging and it's still going to annoy you, and if you attack with your Mega, I am going to kill it by attacking it. It's really nice. Next up, we have a classic that was actually really nice in the sneak peek that we did. We have Final Zubafon Punch. I really struggle with names. I'm getting better. So this is a 2-cost options card that has the effect of main. One of your Digimon gains plus 3,000 DP until the end of your opponent's next turn. Then, if that Digimon has 16,000 DP or more, this Digimon gains a blocker, reboot, and security attack +1. So this can really help because gaining that blocker is terrifying. Gaining reboot just means that you can swing with it with that security +1, remind you as well. So if you put this, for example, on top of a Blastmon, it's on +2 security without taking into account any inheritables too, and then it has blocker and reboot, and it's still 16k, so anything your opponent swings in is going big bye-bye. Very nice, and this can catch your opponent off guard a lot of times. This is also really strong on that Millenniumon because it has that 13k base, means that you're putting that to 16 and your opponent is just watching in awe as you big Zubafon punch bye-bye their security. Next up, finishing off the list, we have 3 Tal Kamiya. So we love to run 3 of the memory tamers. So this is a really nice one with the effects of, if you have 2 memory or less, you go to 3, of course. And then a very simple effect of opponent's turn, all of your black Digimon gain 1,000 DP. Now this is really nice because we run so many blockers in the deck. Being able to boost them up on our opponent and not fully take that into account is nice. And also with the yellow being so prevalent in the meta, being able to boost your cards up just by that, even that 1,000 DP can mean that they're not taking that into account. As I'm a main yellow player because I smell, I'm playing against a black player and I just forgot that this was a thing, and I was like, oh yeah, swing BlackWargreymon and she block her by 6, haha. And then he went, I block. And I was like, what do you mean you block? And he was like, well, it's 7k, so you minus it by 6, so now it's 1k, so I'll block your attack. And I was like, I am super dumb. So definitely can come in clutch at times, and don't forget that value. It also has the security effect that all tamers currently still have, which is you can play this without paying its memory cost, which is really nice because you don't want to always have to pay for. That is our black deck. Let us know in the comments down below what your favorite deck in set 4 is. We love to know. I really like this deck. It's very fun, and just laughing along with your opponent because neither of you really know what the heck's going on feels amazing. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Thanks.
Crit Hit Game Hub is the largest gaming store in Liverpool and stocks all things games. From card games to D&D to Warhammer, whatever game you play, they have a place for you. Also, using our code CritHitDigiTeam, you can also get 10% off your order.